Good afternoon. Nice to see you. My name is not Bob Hope. My name is David Burkhart, but I would ask that you imagine for a minute that you are watching Bob Hope performing in front of zillions of military officers and soldiers. So the text I'm going to read to you is a satire that I wrote entirely myself. I didn't steal this from anyone. I didn't borrow it. I didn't borrow it from the comedian Bob Hope. I wrote it myself. So here we go. Here I am, Bob Hope now, talking to thousands of soldiers. I'm a married man. I'm happily married. I'm very happily married. In fact, I'm so happily married, well, let's change the subject. Just the other day, I decided to sign up for the Army. I went in to see a recruitment officer. He looked at my application and looked up at me. He said, "You really look like the funny guy on television." He said, "What's his name?" He told me, "I think you're too old for the Army." I said, "Well, there's a 2 in my age and a 6. But I'm not going to tell you which way around." He told me, "We don't take any people as old as 26. Well, that got me really angry. I said to this officer, "Sir, I lied. Actually, there's a 1 in my age and a 7, but I'm not going to tell you which way around." He replied, "We don't take liars." I look out at you and see all of those bright looks, intelligent faces. I see your youth and your good looks. Well, I have to confess something. Deep down inside, I am youthful and good looking. Very deep down inside. However, I figure, why flaunt it? Being in the military must be wonderful. Actually, it's very much like being married. Take it from me. I'm a married man. It's about the same thing. However, I envy you in one way. You get leave once a year. Really, I'm not kidding. Being married is a lot like being in the military. It's really exciting. You take your orders ultimately from the president. I take my orders from my wife. However, I would rather take my orders from the president. Let's don't get into that. One time, I really got myself in trouble. I went AWOL from my wife. I see your smiling faces, your courage, your enthusiasm, your power, your ability. During the last war, I served my country. I served my country. I stayed at home. Don't get me wrong about this. I love my country. I really do. That's why I stayed home. Actually, I would be great in the military, really. I'm a very practical person. I'm especially good with my hands. For example, let's say there's a leaky faucet in the house. I use my hands. I grab the yellow pages and call a plumber.